How did you start preparing your own personal story?
Ask a more specific question.
Did you like prepare your whole story once, took a few hours, or it was like more a iterative process?
It's an iterative process. Whenever I speak anywhere, I always try to change stories. But if you could also tell them what you're going to tell them, tell them what you're going to tell them, tell them what you're going to tell them, tell it to them, and then tell them what you told them. And so I try to figure out, okay, what's the points that I'm going to hit, and then like what's the conclusion of those points. Whenever you're in a social gathering with anybody, you tell stories. And so you can figure out pretty quickly what are the stories people are interested in, and what are the stories people don't care about at all. A good example is like somebody once stole my laptop and I spent 7 hours chasing it down. That's a story people like to hear. And it's interesting, there's tension, there's danger. The goal is number one, like make people have an easy time placing you in the world and in their mental model of the universe. Help them figure out where to start. So where am I from? Where did I grow up? Why I'm doing what am I doing? And then when people ask me like, what do you do? I don't say, oh, I have a deep learning based text to speech company. Like I say, I'm really dyslexic and I have ADHD and it was hard for me to read. So I built a tool that reads out everything to me. You just ping off of your environment. You see like, are people responding or are they not responding?
When do you take time to reflect and incorporate all the learnings?
So I'll give you an example. You really liked the fact that I did a backflip in the beginning of the talk. And I remember when I started to do that, I was like, okay, it would be great if I hooked the audience and that's a good way of doing it. But I did this pitch competition where I did a backflip in the beginning and I didn't say anything before I did the backflip. And I scared the judges. Physically, like they were afraid. And I was like, okay, that was a mistake. I immediately started thinking, how do I not scare people? Now I start with, hey, I'm just gonna raise the energy in the room for 1 second. They're aware that something's gonna happen. And then I do a backflip and they're like, wow, now it's fun, it's not scary.
Do you have any like mental frameworks you use to like speak well?
I use space a lot. Hi, my name is Cliff. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Go back to the beginning. That works really well. Number 2 is just the idea of stories. Number 3 is I actually have an outline on my computer of the things that are the most important that people don't know that I want to teach people. I review them before I give the talk.